So we're getting a typical Monday morning shakeout like we've seen many times before, last week included. And of course, that means that price is down just a little bit. But we are hitting some levels that have shown some good support in the past. And I want to talk about that in terms of SHIB. Want to talk about something else that the market is probably paying attention to today to see if we're going to get some good news out of this. And I also want to talk about some bad news. Going to be flying blind here for just a little bit. Something regarding the data that we're trying to see. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yes, this is how today has started off for SHIB and pretty much everything in the crypto market. We're actually down about 3.5%. I will say that's actually pretty good, all things considered. Most other assets are down 4%, 5%. So SHIB is actually having a modest red daily candle. That's not bad. And basically what we've done is we've gotten kind of sandwiched again between those moving averages and the bottom of our trend. We talked about this broadening wedge that SHIB is building here, and we're testing the bottom of this once again. And I really hope we hold this because there's not a whole lot down here, to be honest with you guys. If we do come down and hit lower, I guess our balance point would be somewhere around 4012, 40122, somewhere in that range. But right now, the market's just, again, coming off of a lower volume weekend. We've already surged up to $160 billion in trading volume, being at, less than 120 billion, like we were talking about yesterday. Shiba Inu volume has almost doubled just as we've gotten into today's daily candle. So now we're just watching and waiting and seeing how the day is going to progress. This is all taking place while BTC is going through a retest here as well at its 50-day moving average within its trend, while Ethereum is in fact confirming that retest like we talked about yesterday on my SHIB video. So nothing's really out of the ordinary per se. And they're doing a little bit of manipulating in the markets. Again, they're washing some of the long positions out. The shorts are chasing price down. Not really surprising. What I will say is actually pretty good here is we've gotten a little bit more room to move in terms of price. Why I'm saying that is we did not get our bullish flip on the daily stochastic RSI for SHIB. So you guys can see we are below a 50 right now, which again, the lower this gets, the more room that you have to move. And what we are actually getting is a surprising bullish flip taking place on the weekly stochastic RSI. This isn't really a major confirmed bullish flip yet, so definitely pay attention to that. But this has also come down quite a bit after being at those highs from all the way back here in the middle of July. So that's all looking really good. We're doing the same exact thing on BTC and Ethereum as well. You guys can see BTC actually just entered the oversold range in stochastic RSI, so that's awesome. Ethereum approaching oversold as well. So it's looking like we may have a market bounce ahead of us. It's a question of, what day are we going to actually see this trigger? When will it take place? In terms of the weekly for BTC, you guys can see that that's gotten below a 50 here as well. So actually all that's looking pretty darn good right now. And again, I'm not saying that, the bounce for sure has to take place today. It might be a couple days. And, I'm sure something that's going to impact this is how today's meeting with Zelensky goes. If you guys weren't aware, President of Ukraine, Zelensky is going to be coming to, I believe he's coming to the White House, and they're going to obviously be discussing the war between Ukraine and Russia. Donald Trump obviously met with Putin last week, and it sounds like talks went very well there. So hopefully these talks today go well. And, if we do end up seeing some peace come from these discussions, if there is a peace deal that's struck up, that'd be very bullish for the markets. Obviously, this has waned on for years now, and it just needs to be over with, right? I'm sure we can all agree with that. I'm sure we're all tired of hearing about these things, right? Now, I will say on a fundamental level, SHIB is just continuing to take steps forward. We're at 1,534,450 holders. This has been surging pretty significantly over the past several weeks here. In fact, we've gained just about 4,000 holders during that time. So there's been a very consistent growth period for Shiba Inu, despite the market being kind of blah, despite the charts just not really doing a whole lot. Now, what I will say is disappointing is the site that I used for a lot of this data into the block, they've actually rebranded to Centaura, and I don't think they have the same information. So I'm going to have to find another way to track what whales are doing, to track average hold time in terms of assets being sold, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of that data that we've referenced for Shiba Inu that's been very, very beneficial is now gone for all intents and purposes. So I'll figure that out. That's more of my problem, but we'll get there, guys. So understand that today There will probably be a lot of volatility, a lot of shakeouts in the market, but we'll probably get some buying that's taking place with that too. It seems like a lot of people have been waiting for, some of these moments to accumulate. So hopefully we can just get this push to get over the hump, get past those moving averages and start targeting some higher prices. But I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.